Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that nobody dares say. We're just waiting for Aberdeen Andy to log on. Here he is. Women love him, men want to be him. How you doing, Andrew? How are you?
How you doing, Ross? All right?
What you got on?
Oh, just been had a busy day again.
What you got?
Every day
Hoodie?
is a bit.
I meant hoodie, not day you've had.
All right. Just an Everlast one.
Go on. Been going over 100 years then.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, he was a big Everlast man, wasn't he? He always said,
Yeah. Custy Amato's mate, wasn't it, who owns it?
whose mate, sorry?
Custy Amato.
Custom out. Ah, right. It says mate who owned it.
Yeah, his mate who owned it. I forgot the guy's name. He's obviously brown bread now, but we go way
Yeah.
back.
Aye. How you doing?
All right. I tried my John Fury run this morning without that weighted vest. I can't beat John's time. The man's Superman. The man is Superman. Did you see
I've
him
no managed.
rimming? Did you see him rimming Big Meech out there in Saudi yesterday?
Nah,
Did you see the
big Meech
actual
fan.
rimming? It makes you wonder if they're just making all mugs of us all, doesn't it?
Aye. Is
When
that the real?
they're all like hugging and kissing. What's all that about? Get your coats
Is...
off. Let's get at it. What were all that about? Well, Carl's got it weighed up, hasn't he? If I bump into John Fury, he'll probably just want a selfie. That's it. He shrugged it off like that, like it's nout. It's on his big
Mad.
JF. MI5 are watching him front moon. Kilo down with his ball skin. You know what I mean? What's going on here? Andy, what's happened to World? We ought to bring
World's
Danny back, didn't we, to rinse Big John Fury? Big John. He's
going.
tiptoeing about there in Saudi like Father Christmas now. You know what I mean? With 6 bodyguards.
Is that the is that the real John Fury, and the other one's just an alter ego, Captain Chaos?
Listen, what did I say weeks ago, Andy? I said, listen, all that is a distraction. That's all it were. You know what I mean? It's all forgot about now, isn't it? Fight week for Big Meech now. Furies are there to have a bit of reflected glory, get in ring after and put it on Big Meech, aren't they? What they don't want is Ngannou icing Big Meech, do they?
And I've not changed my opinion on that. I do think that's a possibility, but I think Big Meat should beat him boxing wise, but I don't see him hurting Ngannou. I don't. I think he could be like the unhurtable man. I
Yeah,
seen
well, Ngannou reminds me of Andy. Do you know where his punchers? They're like them real thudding punchers, aren't they? It
oh
reminds
aye.
me of Ernie Shavers and George Foreman. You know, with that
Yeah,
that sort of style. Do you
yeah,
know what I mean? A bit like Joe Joyce, but maybe a bit more rounded than Joyce, I think.
a
But
bit more snap in his punches than Joyce, I would say. Yeah,
yeah, I think when George Foreman hit you, you stayed it, didn't you?
oh, aye.
Right. Bit like that we Ernie Shavers as well. And this Ungano guy, when he hits him, it's like a thud, isn't it? So what he does early, if you notice what he did with Fury, as soon as he caught him, he got his respect, didn't he? Once the first time he clipped him, he
Yeah.
stayed that way then, didn't he? He got his respect early, and I think he'll do that with Joshua. I think he put it on him early, get him up back foot then, and get him where he wants him. Because if Joshua gets off to a fast start, he'd be all over him. You know, not
I
leaving.
think, I think, I think he gave Fury too much respect.
He did,
Uh,
yeah. He did, yeah.
I,
But if you notice, Fury tried to old man him a lot of the time. Do you know why? If you look in Tyson's earlier fights, when he were unfit, when he used to carry a lot of timber, he used to eat a lot of rubbish. I'm not saying Tyson isn't an hard trainer. He's an hard trainer, just like the rest of them. He's a gym rat. But it's no good being a gym rat and then going home and eating loads of crap, is it? Right. So
that's it.
it's like getting your car all ready for a race, and then everybody else running it on that fast fuel, and you just going and putting unleaded in down here at BP. You see where I'm coming from? He's just defeating objects, isn't it?
It's like putting diesel on a Ferrari, eh?
Well, that's what
Just
it is, isn't it? Tyson used to sit there eating Haribos all day, didn't he, years ago?
mm,
You know what I mean? And all this about, oh, he lost all this weight and this and that. He's always had to take 5 or 6 stone off. So taking what, 7 or 8 this time? Well, no, I lost nearly 20, so it's not hard. Once you go by a
yeah.
certain point, it's just easy anyway. It's just, your body's into that routine. It's just like putting weight on. You just got to get that first few stone off. When you're into routine, then you're chasing losing it. Then it's your mindset. But I think that Fury got lucky against Ngannou with decision.
Mhm.
I thought that. Wait,
Yeah.
got dropped, didn't he? Right. He got lucky, but if this one goes to points, Joshua will get lucky. Even if he hasn't won it, he'll get the nod. So Ngannou won't leave it to judges this time. He'll be thinking, do you know what? I'm just going to go for it. If he lets his hands go, he'll shit his pants in, the big fella,
Mhm.
Joshua, because he hasn't really been tested since he's come back. Everybody's saying he's stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet, eating kangaroo meat, blah, blah, blah. Look, he looked like that when he was 12. He looked that good when he was 12, like Frank Bruno. Some of them are just have them lucky genes, don't they? But I'm not saying he ain't back to his best. Right? It might be a little bit better than when he fought Usyk, and he might have a bit of confidence because he's had a few wins. But who was he beat? Just have a look who he's beat. Come on, let's just have a look at the dissect stuff. He's beat nobody since Usyk, has he?
No.
Franklin. Only thing we heard from commentators about Franklin was, yeah, he's from Philly. He's tough. What is that? What's that supposed to mean? He's from Philly and he's tough. So that was Franklin. Elenius. Oh, we've seen that one, didn't we? Wallin. Come on.
I mean, Hellenius was giving him a run for his money before he got tired, wasn't he? And he
On
was going to
seven
get
days,
tired.
on 7 days' notice, Andy.
That's right. He only had 7. He knew he'd get tired at some point, didn't he?
But nobody's allowed to speak it, are they? Nobody's allowed to say out. You know, Carl Froch has said his bit. Well, look, and I agree with Carl Froch. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Froch fan. I agree with him because he hasn't beat anybody. Who's he been testing with? They're not going to put him near a test. What I said's happened. They're going to pad him out until the big dough. And they've padded him out. Look who they've padded him with. And everybody's fell for it. We were all saying, listen, well, it better be a big one next. He looks like he's had 4 on trot now after Usyk. You get this guy out of the way. I'm gone now. He's had four waste men, basically waste men. Well, that's what these are, the waste men. They're just wins.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm going to say now. Why don't Dave Allen just go get 4 to 6 wins on trot now and then go for a world title? Why not? He's a name, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's where we're at now. Joshua is not deserving of that paycheck in Saudi on the strength of what? He's fighting a guy in his second boxing fight. It's basically an exhibition. Everybody's putting their heads down, say it's a proper fight and blah, blah, blah. Look, if he don't deal with this guy here, they're going to look stupid. They're on a loser to note here, Andy, because
No.
if he wins and it goes past, say, 6 rounds, only thing they can say is we stopped him, but Fury took him to point. They'll have to dine out on that for the rest of their lives.
Mhm.
When really, he should be dusting this guy inside 2 rounds very quickly if he's at the top of his game. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I was watching Froch's interview with True Geordie, and he seems to have a bit more knowledge than I do about UFC. And he said
Yeah.
he's watched Ngannou for
UFC man,
years.
isn't he, True Geordie? He's a UFC man.
Yeah. And he said he's never seen Ngannou hurt. So he's seen him tired, but he's never seen him hurt. And he's been kicked to the face, knee to the face, and you name it. Never seen him hurt. So I don't see Big Meech hurting him, because they guys are hitting him with 4-ounce gloves, is it? And I just don't see Big Meech hurting him. I might be wrong, but that's just the feeling I've got from my perspective. And if Big Meech goes all out and trying to take him out and he gets tired, he could be in a lot of trouble, So, and he's not gonna beat him in the inside game, because I think Ngannou's just going to be too strong, isn't he? He looks like a bear, isn't
Big old lump in on Garno.
Yeah. And Joe Joyce said he can box. He'd sparred him or something. That was before a
Yeah,
few. I
but
did
if
see
I boxed Joe Joyce, he'd say I could box, wouldn't he?
it.
Let's have it right. Joe Joyce with his bone density. Joe's bone density is stronger than Terry McCann's. Well, it is, isn't it? Big Joe.
Yes,
Joe. What about his ex-manager having his moment in the sun? Samuel Jones.
that's it. The spotlight. He's in the spotlight, isn't
He's in the spotlight now, isn't he? Women love him, men don't want to be him.
he? Everywhere, isn't he? He's like a rash.
Listen, he's always there or thereabouts. Isn't that right, Samuel? Come see me. You know, it makes sense.
Yeah, he needs to man up. Come on, take on the Portster, doesn't he?
Yeah, a little Dicky Bird tells me that Liam Cameron, former Chris Smedley and Dennis Hobson fighter, Chris trained him to IBF number 12 ranking and a Commonwealth title. Dennis promoted him, blah, blah, blah. He's going to be working with Matchroom from the 23rd of April. He's going to be on that Sheffield show, apparently. Yeah, apparently.
Very good, huh?
Yeah,
Hope he,
so
hope he
I'm
can.
pleased for Liam. Dennis will be silently spewing. He's not
Be
going to
nice
get
to
his
see.
investment back, is he?
No, be nice to see him making up for some lost time, though, if he can.
I don't know if Liam's in order, not going back to Big Ron, but when he got done, Big Ron, I don't really think he backed him, so I can't blame him. So I'm not going to take sides on it.
Yeah,
But I can see Liam's point of view, really. But I can see Dennis's point of view, and this is what boxing does, isn't it? He's failed for cocaine. Liam said I haven't took none. And if I have, it's only through counting money. That's the only reason it's got in my system. Right? And that and he stuck to that story. They weren't having it. They gave him 4 years. There you go. One charge, 4 year. Well, well, there you go. He's had 2 fights, hasn't he, now in 5 years? When do you know what I mean? When he fights in April, it'll be 5 years since his ban started, and this will be his third fight. So it's been a long way back for him, and I hope he's all right. Like he's all right, Liam. But you know, boxing, the rules and everything around it, it puts people in situations where people fall out, doesn't it?
yeah.
You know, so like I said, you can see Liam's point of view. I haven't sniffed any coke. Dennis is like, that's failed for coke. I haven't sniffed none. Must have been when I've counted money. So there you go. But it'll follow him around that. But I hope people get behind him because he took
Yeah,
it.
there's other people fail for coke and not getting on like a 4 year ban. It's not a level playing field, is it?
No, it ain't. No. Well, Tyson got done for coke. He also had that with Nandrolone or something, or whatever that was. They said it were wild boar, didn't it? And the other one were a refusal, wasn't it? Where if we told them to F off at Halliwell Road, Bolton, when they walked in, said F off, you terrorising me or something.
Hmm.
That were 3 charges, and he got a 2 year ban. Liam 1 charge, 4 years. So how can that be?
It's not fair, eh? There's got to be should be a standardised procedure, same
Paul
for everybody.
Pogba's just got 4 years, hasn't he, in football?
Mm-hmm.
Conor Ben's got 2 charges. You know, you'd have thought he'd be looking at least a 4, wouldn't you, for them 2 charges? Surely, wouldn't you?
Yeah, still don't know what's going on there.
Well, we're into March now. All we've had is it's 2 week away, 2 week away, 2 week away. Well, it's nearly 2 weeks. Well, no, it is. Well, we're 20 months since the first test, aren't we? 20 months. And we're
Yeah,
nowhere near. And he's had 2 fights in America.
I think they'll dragged out to the 2 year point, and then it'll be a 2 year retrospective ban or something like
From
that.
UK, from UK,
Yeah.
yeah.
Soft, innit? It's just it's wrong, It's wrong.
Well, where
What
does he go now from here, Andy Crusher? Where does he go now, Crushinator?
he needs to fight the domestic guys, Otherwise he can't go about shouting out big names when he's not beating the guys at home first, has he?
No, he hasn't, has he really?
To me, he looks like he's running away from them, man.
Yeah. What do you think about the can man coming back? Anybody who wants it can get it. Bruv, bruv, bruv. Talking outside of my mouth still. Bruv, bruv. Have you seen the state of his CV, Dylan White's? Have you seen his CV?
Yeah,
You know, it's just one big joke in it, really, to say he's had it off with millions. I'm
yeah,
not bothered about him or any of his crowd around him. I'll say what I want on here. They've had it off. They should be happy. But the sheer brass neck of it now, what is that? 4 tests now altogether, isn't it? There's the
yeah.
combat sport one, like with that K2, and there's 3 tests in boxing, and nobody knows that one of them were an over counter thing. It's still illegal. Everything's over counter when you think about it, isn't it? Everything comes from
Yeah.
over counter. A lot of it's illegal in some countries and illegal in others, isn't it? What do you
And
think about
now
it?
I was surprised to see him getting let off, and then they're saying it's. I'm wondering, they're saying it's contamination, but they're not saying what the contamination is, and I'm wondering if it's.
Paid him though, Vard, you can't.
Hmm, is it clomiphene? That's what I wonder. Is that why they're not saying it? Because all the hype, the hullabaloo around Ben with the clomiphene thing. Is it clomiphene? Is he up to the same, or has he been doing the same thing as Conor Ben's been doing?
I don't know, but how could anybody buy into having Dylan White in the sport? The sport is in disarray now, right? If he just shuts in here now and gets millions of pounds, what would that mean for drug testing for the sport of boxing now? What would it mean? Are we
Just
going to
makes
see the same energy directed at Dillian White like we've seen at Crusher Ben? Are we going to see the same energy because Dylan puts himself about a bit as a bit of a bully, doesn't he? Are we
yeah,
going to see the same energy from all the media? I bet you we don't. Like they said about Conor Ben, I bet they don't the note about White. I'll say my bit. All them we access, so they'll just carry on as normal. They won't bat an eyelid, but they all know it's wrong.
yeah.
But best thing about it is, all you laminate holders, you all know it's wrong. But when you see Dylan White at these shows, you'll all be high-fiving him. And then you know what you'll be doing? As soon as he's gone out of earshot, you'll be saying, he's got some front coming in here, hasn't he? Big drug cheat, 4-time drug cheat. Eh?
And,
That's what'll
and
go down. But you'll not come out on your socials and say it, will you? None of yous.
spineless, eh?
Let's
Spineless.
see Beefy Smith show the same energy for Dylan White as he showed Crusher Ben. I'll show the same energy, but will some of these others?
I wonder if Talksport will. They might. Maybe Adam Carter. He likes to speak his truth, doesn't he? So he might.
Logan had
But
plenty to say, didn't he, about Jarrell Miller? So did Chisora. Let's see the
yeah,
same energy. Let's see it, because we're not seeing it, are we? We know, don't
want
we?
a level playing field. Eh?
No. You what, mate?
I want a level playing field, same for everybody. Yeah.
It makes you wonder if they're all at it, doesn't it?
Well, that's it. Maybe you just don't know. Eh? You just
Are
don't know. You
these
start.
people from Eastern Bloc countries, these Baturbias, Golovkins, these Useks, all these lot coming over here, Klitschko's and lot, are they all up to no good? Where's this power coming from? Because I'd have thought, looking at it, warm weather training and be a lot better than running up cold mountains, wouldn't it, to get fit? Surely that can't be any good for your bones, can it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You'd have to fail a test before you could start pointing the finger at any of them. Eh? Has any of them failed tests? Did Kovalev fail a test at one point?
You
Am I
know,
right in saying? Did Kovalev? Did he fail a test at one point?
I think he might have done, I'm not sure, I know he killed someone, didn't he, at ring, didn't he?
Hmm.
Killed the
Well, I
man in
didn't.
ring,
All
didn't he?
right.
Professional fight. I'm not sure if it was 8th or 10th fight. I know he killed somebody, apparently.
Right.
Oh, but listen, there's something not right. I don't know. Even testing people, they can't be trusted now. And all these people defending these fighters who are millionaires, they know every loophole. It's like if you've got loads of poke, you get that Nick Freeman, don't you? You know, if you get done for speeding, drink drive and all that, he comes and gets you off on technicalities, doesn't he? Yeah, doesn't he?
Ah,
He's got though, you can. But White is back, and well, or are people too scared to take him on? Or have they run out of money after Conor Ben affair?
well, possibly, yeah. I mean, is he licensed in America? Did I read somewhere? Texas or something? Is that right?
He's licensed in some states in America, yeah, an old crusher.
No, Dillian White. I thought Dillian White was maybe licensed in Texas. I think that's maybe read that in that Sky Sports
Well, it
article
might
about.
be. I don't know if he's got a board license, but he's been living out Portugal, hasn't he, for tax reasons.
Yeah, I think probably find it here. I think he. I'm sure that's what I read earlier, that he was licensed in. It is there. Licensed in Texas, but I might be. He's with Buddy McGirt in the United States. He's licensed by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. So they're saying he's an innocent victim of contamination of a nutritional supplement following an extensive investigation.
Where's boxing at now if White is back?
And he'll be back for the Saudi money, won't he? Carry on the big boxing heist.
Will Tony Bellew have anything to say about it?
He might be zip lit.
Well, everybody in boxing, right, should now write a letter or an email to Robert Smith and say, what is going on here? Why can't all your agencies all get it together once and for all and just have one governing body for the whole sport? If you get a failure, that's it. You sign die everywhere. Like going on pub watching it.
Yeah. It's got to be a rule for everybody, the same rule for everybody. None of this depending on how much money you've got, if you get looked on more favourably. Yeah, that's just corruption. So
yeah,
and I'm totally against that. So
listen, mate, it's bad, but well, listen, it's where we live in now. You just go on your Insta and you put, I'll be back next week. There's a presser next week. I'm coming back, and that's it. Cleared by who? Cleared by who?
exactly, yeah.
Exactly. Cleared by who? Eddie Earn's mates at WBC. Cleared by who? I don't know.
It's a dirty world, Ross. It's a dirty world.
Yeah, well, we'll cut the heavyweight short for the moment. What about that Raymond Ford and Otabek Kolmatov? What did you think to that in 12-round kid?
Oh, I've never seen that. When was that on?
That was on the other night.
I never seen that.
Kid in Casino, New York.
In New York? No, I've not seen that.
One of Eddie's fighters, isn't it?
Ah, right.
On an Adam.
There was another fight I was trying to watch as well. Eggington, I couldn't find anywhere. Eggington one. I was trying to find that tonight when you messaged me earlier. But
Eggington.
I seen the,
yeah, he got
I see the guy that beat him getting interviewed. That's all I could find there.
Did you see the state of them both?
It sounded like it was quite a tough fight from what he was saying.
Quite a tough fight, mate. They look like they've been they look like they've been on a butcher's block, pair of them. Eggington looks like that normally anyway, doesn't he? But the other guy was knocked about, wasn't he?
Aye.
They ought to get a Sam Eggington doll, didn't they, that you can batter and that, and it just doesn't die. One of them that just keeps coming back to, after you knock it down, it gets back up. Something like that.
Like Kenny in South Park.
Oh, you
Killed him every week.
Boston. Interesting with Dylan White, because he stayed quiet, hasn't he? He's not gone the Ben route, has he?
He's not been near the Piers Morgan show anyway.
In another couple of weeks, they'll have had all the YouTubers tidy it all up for him. They'll all be doing in-house interviews, get it all out there, get the stories right, and then we'll be on to the next big story in boxing, won't we? But Dylan White's back. Do we care? We don't care. Should he be back? No, he should be on a life ban with Jarrell Miller, lifed off from the sport. That's our stance on it. I don't want to hear any of this. Oh, Dylan White's a good man and contamination. Hogwash. Absolute hogwash. We're not buying it. He's a 4-time cheat. Sooner or later, as we've said before, we'll say it again, touch wood, there's going to be one on the slab. When it happens, you heard it here first. It's a joke, mate.
And the people in charge will have blood on their hands.
Listen, all of them, well, they'll do what they did when past fighters have been injured. They've all ran for hills, haven't they? Basically.
Yeah.
Do we see anybody going out there to help Gerald McClellan now? No.
No.
There's many more like him who know the fallen soldiers in boxing.
Yeah.
You know, so
you never know. They might have Dillian White fighting Jarrell Miller on the Fury Usyk undercard for you know.
When Bombay Dave's taking his cut off these big pay-per-view fights, does he think to giving a slice of his purse to Jerome Wilson, who got bashed up by Sir John Bomber, and then Bombay Dave put him in with him again, and then nearly got him killed? Is now, obviously he's injured for life. No, not because that's the nature of the beast. When it all happens, everybody rallies around for a couple of weeks, then it goes away. Everybody's going to pack in. I don't want to be a promoter ever again, and but then dust settles. It's business as usual. That's the harsh reality of boxing, Andy, isn't it?
Dust settles, and then there's only one man that has to live with that injury, and it's not the promoters or the trainers or anything, is it? It's the fighter.
No, there's many more than him, than Michael Watson, Gutnick, that you could go on forever. And there's all them that are walking around now mumbling and stumbling. Who's looking at
that damage can never be undone. That's the sad thing, isn't it? Spencer Oliver was lucky, wasn't he? Remember, he got a bad brain injury, didn't he? He was very lucky.
A little bit cunning, Spencer, and he's milked that story to death, hasn't he? He has milked it to death, that story, and he's been cunning, hasn't he, Spencer? Got a bit of facts about him, hasn't he? But not everybody's as fortunate as him. But he was a champion, and he were destined to win a world title, so we can't not.
Yeah.
He obviously
good fighter, he wasn't.
Good fighter, mate. Should have been him and Naz should have fought. Good fighter. Yeah. He won European title, and I would think he was defending it one. He waiting for his world title shot, and he did wait wrong, didn't he? One mistake.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything over, but it's worked out all right for him. He's not short of a few quid, is he?
Yeah.
Still alive. He just didn't get a world title, did he?
He's maybe one of the lucky ones. There's a lot of them.
Henry Cooper never went by European level. Henry Cooper didn't go by European level, so Dylan White's not been by British level.
No.
Not to be ashamed of. Moses of Tom has left his trainer. He's going to be trained by Alan Smith now.
So, right, I didn't know that.
What do you think to him, that Moses of Tom? A lot of hype around him, isn't there, Andy?
Everybody seems to talk highly of him, don't they? And he does look quite an exciting fighter. For his age, he looks strong, doesn't he? He's I quite like him, eh? So time will tell though how good he's going to be, as long as he's matched correctly and they don't get a bit over eager, try to step him up too quick. I think we mentioned the last time they were talking about breaking Tyson's record, but they want to forget about things like that. Just do it the proper way. Yeah.
But the bar going to break his record at one point.
I think he was.
What happened with that one? He's quit twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's in his mid-20s, so it's just lip service, knackers that they chat at the time, and everybody falls for it, don't they? The knackers chatters, professional knackers chatters.
Hype generators, eh?
Well, that's what it is. It's lip service. What do you think to the well, it's not a quiet rumor no more, is it? The White Rhino is going to fight Johnny Bosch. Well, at least it's in talks. That's what we're hearing
Right.
through text messages flying about here, there, and everywhere. Let's hope
Better
the
get him.
White Rhino takes it serious this time.
You hope he does, but you can't really. You're not
Are we
going
going
to
to be
hold your
getting
breath.
all them posts from the White Rhino if he fights little Johnny Bosch? That I'm taking it serious now. Now I've got 2 kids. Are we going to have it in about 5 years when White Rhino's 36 and he's like, I'm taking it serious. I've got 6 kids now. Yeah. Is that what we're going to have in 2029? White Rhino, Operation White Rhino 28.4.
I'm only going to take him serious when he turns up in shape. If he doesn't
We're
turn
only
up,
trying to push you into doing some
get him
graphic.
on it.
So get up them viaducts in the morning because I don't see you when I do mine. All right, and I'm
Come on,
not an
Dave.
athlete. You're
You can
supposed
do
to be
it.
an athlete. Go on.
I'm saying, go on, Dave. You can do it. He can't do it. Put his mind to it. Go and get hypnotized if it takes. If he needs to get hypnotized, do anything, but do it. But then he's going to have regrets, isn't he? If he, oh, if only I'd done this or only I'd done that. But got to do it now. Now's the time.
Yeah, come on, the White Rhino. Don't let us down. You'll regret it when you're 45. And you sat in Boozer saying I could have been a runner bean.
Coulda,
Speaking
shoulda,
of
woulda.
Bean's back, Andy, isn't he?
He's back.
Back to
Return
say
of the Bean.
boxing. Eh?
The savior. He could be the savior,
You love Bean, Andy, you.
eh?
You're a Bean fan, you. You are, Andy, aren't you? You love Bean.
I love Bean. I just love his. I preferred him when he stopped all the licking and the Joshua licking. What made me laugh is when Joshua got dropped by Andy Ruiz and Bean he's about the seat and he's like, whoa. He had a meltdown, didn't he?
Yeah. Here we are. There's just something come up here about White. It says here Dylan White is reportedly free to resume his career, reportedly, right? After it was put on hold by a positive drugs test in the build up to his cancelled fight with Anthony Joshua. The rivals were scheduled to fight for a second time in August until White returned adverse analytical findings in a pre-test conducted by the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, aka VADA. Dylan White, who's 36 this year, is licensed by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, and an investigation conducted by, according to Sky Sports, a forensic expert concluded, my expert view is that Mr. White was the victim of a contaminated supplement that did not disclose the contaminant among its ingredients and he did not ingest the contaminated substance intentionally. Well, that's just White's guy saying he's been cleared. It's not them clearing him, is it? So it's the same as a Conor Ben one, isn't it?
Yeah.
White, who served a 2-year drugs ban in 2012, maintained he was completely innocent at the time of his being replaced by Joshua's opponent. Blah blah blah. White, who had an incident with Oscar Rivers thing. Blah 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 blah. But look, at the end of the day, it's the note from Varda, is there? Let's have a look on the website. See if there's note on Varda's website.
Conor Ben was citing contamination as well, wasn't he?
Hey.
Conor Ben was citing contamination as well, wasn't
He's cited about 8 different stories, hasn't he, Crusher? Oh, there's nothing on their website here, mate. No, there's no on there regarding Dylan White. So, should we
he? A
take it
smoke
as
screen,
knackers? Is it knackers?
smoke screen then.
Is it smokescreen talk to get him in mix?
I think so, unless we see something official from VADA or even the British Board of Control, he's not going to ask them for a license, on it. I wouldn't think.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
who knows?
a bit of a mess, isn't it? You want to go on to part 2, mate?
Yeah, just give me 5. I'll be wait.
5 minutes. All right. I'll see you all on part 2. Thanks for liking or subscribing and leaving a comment. Tickles my ego.